All right, I'm going to dive into another story because this one's actually going to rile me up a bit. So let's get into, I want to talk about the Pope Leo Pachamama situation. You guys seen anything about this yet? It wasn't really reported super widely, but we all know about the Pope Francis Pachamama situation, where Pope Francis, basically blessed a Pachamama statue, so on and so forth. But some images have been circulating that have been found from a retreat in 1995 of the up-and-coming, then priest, now Pope Leo, kneeling before, doing prostrations before a Pachamama idol with food offerings all around it. I don't know if you guys have seen these photos yet, but here you go. Here's the original black and whites that were circulating. So you've got Prevost there, the soon-to-be Pope Leo. This is in 1995 at a retreat where they're worshiping Pachamama with a bunch of, I forget exactly where they were. Was this Argentina, maybe? Well, I have an article here, so we'll pull it up and read through it. But here he is there. Here's a color version of this. All right, the color version, I've seen the video, by the way. This is from a video slideshow. This image is taken from a newspaper clipping of that same color photo, but it's black and white because it's in the newspaper. This is from a color slideshow montage from these people's actual YouTube channel from years and years and years ago. But I guess it was a re-upload of it in like 2000 something. And then it gets worse. He's not just kneeling. He's doing prostrations. Look, he's getting on his hands right here to prostrate in front of this Pachamama idol. He's doing prostrations before Pachamama. They say it's Peru. Okay, maybe. That's probably true. So Pope Leo worshiping a false idol, worshiping this Pachamama. Some people were just looking at this because this was the original photo. They were saying, oh, he's just reading this book in front of him. This was the cope. This was the cope. They were saying he's just reading this book. He's not doing anything bad. He's just reading this book. He's not worshiping Pachamama. They didn't bother to. They're plugging their ears. La 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 la. I'm not going to look into this any further. He's literally getting down on his face to do prostrations before this Pachamama idol. No, Pachamama is basically like Earth as a goddess, and they do human sacrifices to this Earth goddess. Come to find out. Anyway, we'll dive into some of this. I'm going to pull up the article here. Let's look at the LifeSite News article because this is a little shorter than the other one. Exclusive to LifeSite. Oh, good grief. Ads. Exclusive to LifeSite News, the explosive revelation will feature prominently and yada, 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 yada. Anyway. The story was first brought to light by Father Murr, who has spent months meticulously compiling documentation for his upcoming book on Leo. 3 Augustinian priests have now independently confirmed to Father Murr that Robert Prevost is clearly visible among the kneeling participants in the central photograph, although none of the 3 were present at the 1995 ritual themselves. Talking about Father Murr and his co-workers, colleagues. They immediately and unmistakably recognized their confrere from the published image. And there it is it's not a newspaper, it's like a book. There you go. Celebration of the ritual to Pachamama. That's literally what it says. Celebration of the ritual to Pachamama. Mother Earth, Madre Tierra, Mother Earth. Lord have mercy. Yes, it is Peru. Okay. In Peru. So, yeah. Oh, I don't see a Pachamama here. Literally what it says. This is a celebration of a ritual to Pachamama. And he's doing prostrations at this Pachamama ritual. Anyway, the image appears in the official proceedings of, I can't pronounce that. Anyway, published in a book I can't pronounce as well. The official caption beneath the photo of kneeling participants reads, celebration of the, oh, there you go, the rite. Sorry, not ritual. Celebration of the rite of Pachamama, Mother Earth, which is an agricultural right offered by the cultures of the South Andean region in Peru and Bolivia. The same volume includes a large group photograph, explicitly captioned, anyway, placing the future Pope squarely among the attendees of an event that openly celebrated Pachamama ritual as part of its eco-theology program. So this is like global warming nonsense. Pray to Pachamama to prevent the global warming. All right. You're blessing the ice. You're doing all this stuff. You saw that. He did the ice cube blessing. All right. He's done a bunch of stuff on global warming, even as Pope. Well, this is what he was doing. Right. So what is he? Is he serving the spirit of this demon that they're worshiping, that's concerned with the nature or whatever, worshiping nature as an idol? All right. Anyway, Father Murr told Faith and Reason, the man who is now Leo was documented kneeling in a pagan earth goddess ritual and an official gathering of his own religious order. So this was an Augustinian meeting. The implications for the direction of the church under this pontificate are profound. Yeah, because if he's an apostate, then you have an apostate pope, right? Then according to their own theology, right? If he's a idolater, unrepentant idolater, what are the ramifications of this for them? Huge. This is what people are saying. Everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying the implications are huge. This is your time to become Orthodox. Everybody's saying this. Become Orthodox immediately. Anyway, so you get this. Another image from the book shows, in addition to the Pachamama ceremony, the participants celebrated a mass. Prevost Leo can be seen standing and holding hands with other participants in the same spot where the Pachamama ritual took place. There you go. They're all holding hands, and they're doing a mass. After the pagan ritual, they're all doing a mass together. So yeah. So Pope Leo, the future Pope Leo, then Robert Prevost, was worshiping Pachamama in Peru. And this is all over the place. Nobody's covering it, by the way. Have you noticed this? Nobody is covering it. LifeSite's covering it. They cover everything. But nobody is covering this story. Have you seen this? Mainstream media news, not a peep. Big name Roman Catholic YouTube channels, not a peep. Cover it up. Didn't happen. Oh, he's just reading a book. All these types of things. Meanwhile, you know what's going on in the parishes? This is what is going on in the parishes. A while ago, Roman Catholic and OCIA sent me this picture from his local parish, or I guess he was formerly in OCIA. Apparently, when he asked the priest what this was, the priest told him this was Pachamama. This is from an email I got, me personally. Hey, you asked me to send the statue of Pachamama in my local Catholic parish. Here it is. You can also note they have black Jesus up there with her. So, and they carved Jesus's face to look like a Native American. They made him look like super Native American here, but they got the Pachamama idol up there in the church. They got the Pachamama, and this is what the priest is saying. This is Pachamama. Absolutely absurd. So you get the black Jesus and a Pachamama. This is what's going on in Roman Catholic parishes. Oh, the Pope Leo did it, so it's okay then. Pope Leo worshipped Pachamama, so it's okay if we have Pachamama idols in our churches now, right? You think the stuff that the Pope doesn't have any trickle-down effect to what happens in the parish life of the Roman Catholic Church? You're deluded if you think that's the case. Pope Francis literally did a blessing of a Pachamama idol. And what did the Pope splainers go around saying? They said, oh, it's not really Pachamama. That's what they said. That was their argument. It's not really Pachamama. It's something else. This was like whatever. Or Pope Francis just didn't know what it was. And then literally a week later, he said about this controversy surrounding the Pachamama idol that I blessed. And he confirmed it. He knew it was Pachamama. But this is what's going on in the parishes. So you think the stuff doesn't trickle down? It's insane. Pope Prevost perceived to be prostrating in Peruvian Pachamama llama drama. So true. So true, King. It's over. It's over. We get the Pope worshiping pagan earth goddesses. But still, some of the bishops came out to defend Pope Leo. Okay. They gave a robust defense. Not everyone was silent on this, okay? They gave a robust defense of Pachamama, or not of Pachamama, but of Pope Leo doing this, okay? Let's see what they had to say. All right, I'm going to share the screen with you. This is from Info Vaticana. A married bishop on the controversy of Prevost photo. We can speak to Pachamama as we speak to the saints. Oh, Lord of mercy. What the? That is no good. So we can speak to Pachamama as we speak to the saints. Anyway, let's see what he has to say about it. Ronaldo Non was bishop of Caravelli, Peru from 2017 until 2024 when he hung up his habits to marry a woman. Well, at least it was a woman. There you go. That's an improvement. For years, he held responsibilities in ecclesiastical spheres and coincided with Robert Prevost when the latter was bishop of Chiclayo. Okay, so I guess he was serving side by side with him or close. At that time, Non was directing Caritas. I can't even say that. Caritas of the country, while Prevost was a member of the same organization. So they were colleagues. Non is published in Religion Digital, a explanation of the images from the Pachamama rite in which Robert Prevost participated in 1995, and which was revealed by LifeSite. Amid the thunderous media silence of the most clerical Catholicism, the analysis emerges, which beyond the disqualifications against Info Vaticana is worth examining. The same point, or the starting point of Non's article is clear and without ambiguity. The young missionary Robert Prevost, although at the time he was 40 years old, did participate in this Congress on Ecology and Theology in 1995. So he confirms this is Robert Prevost, future Pope Leo, and he did participate in this Pachamama craziness. Okay. Anyway, in the context of a ceremony to Mother Earth and knelt down. This is what he says. He says he did participate. He did kneel down. Pope splainers, it's over for you. Literally confirmed, okay, by somebody who has worked side by side with him during this time period, just about. Anyway, Non does not dispute the existence of the photographs nor the context in which they were taken. He acknowledges the participation, acknowledges the gesture, and acknowledges the ritual nature of the act. From there, he introduces his interpretation, which consists of asserting, I cannot see any worship of Pachamama as a goddess, either from Prevost or from any of the attendees. Okay, so they're saying they're not worshiping her as a goddess. They're just showing Pachamama like veneration or something. Non describes the content of the rite precisely by pointing out, we see an interreligious act where which is representative of Andean culture, makes a payment to the earth, and offering and a dialogue with the earth. Don't worry, they're not worshiping Pachamama as a goddess. They're making offerings to the earth mother and having a dialogue with her. Can't you see the difference? They're just making offerings to the earth mother. No big deal, dude. Don't you know this is totally chill? You can talk to Pachamama. It's no big deal. This is a part of the deposit of faith of the Roman Catholic Church. Anyway, he adds that in that worldview, Andean culture maintains certain pagan beliefs, such as the fact Earth has a soul like a person, just like water, a hill, a tree. And he maintains today it is seen rather as a creature of God with certain personality. On that basis, he builds a core of his argument, which says, respecting the earth as a being with a soul. So this is what they're doing in this ritual. Respecting earth as a being with a soul. Anyway, Pachamama is the earth, or better said, the soul of the earth. Therefore, we can speak to her. This is what the bishop is saying. He's saying Pachamama is the soul of the earth. so we can speak to her. This is freaking bananas. This is insane. This is what this guy is saying. He's saying you can speak to Pachamama. Pachamama's real, and Pachamama is the soul of the earth. This is his defense of Pope Leo, his colleague. He says we can speak to Pachamama. This is freaking nuts, dude. This is insane. We can speak to her as we speak to the saints. Good grief. We can kneel before her as before the saints, as long as we see her as a creature and not a goddess. What? What? This is nuts. The earth's soul is what he's saying. As long as you say she's created, it's no big deal. You can worship demons as long as you say they're created, okay? You call a demon uncreated, you're crossing a line there. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Non insists the decisive element is the intention of the subject and asserts intention is what matters. Yeah, the intention to make communications with the demon of the soul of the earth is the intention, and offering food and drink offerings to this demon. The gesture of prayer is not automatically worship. What about offering food and drink offerings? Nor is the gesture of kneeling. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Okay, great. So the popes, you can go and bow down before your demons. You can go and make food and drink offerings to these demons. And, according to these bishops here, it's not necessarily worship. This is the defense. They didn't come out and just say he didn't do it. They said, no, he did do it, but it's not worship. And actually, Pachamama is real and she's the soul of the earth. Oh, my goodness, bro. This is insane. So this was his defense. All right, anyway. In the Pachamama rite, the subject changes completely. The petition is not raised to God through another, but is directed to the earth, understood as an entity capable of giving. When food is buried, drink is poured, or goods are offered to the earth, expecting prosperity, protection, or fertility, a direct relationship is established between man and that which it is offered. The earth does not appear as a sign, nor as a reminder, nor as a creature that refers to God. How could Pachamama attain the beatific vision, but is the immediate recipient of the action? This is the people who wrote the article, not the bishop speaking. They're saying this is insane for this guy to hold. Anyway, I agree, but are we really surprised at this point? Are we really surprised at this point? It doesn't make any sense, dude. And Anthony Stein never misses. That is an amazingly tone-deaf response. He didn't worship the earth. He just made an offering to the earth, which has a soul and is a person. Bruh. Good grief, dude. Imagine being a Roman Catholic Pope explainer at this point. Having to defend this. I mean, granted, I think nobody is defending it. They're just kind of keeping it quiet. They don't want to talk about it. Actually, Pine Sap did defend it. He said, anybody who believes this false information, you're a fool or whatever. He was defending it. Anyway, so quite a bit on that. All right. I think that's all I have on that particular thing. Maybe. Let me double check. Just a reminder, I'm going to be producing a little documentary where I had a bunch of people who converted to Orthodoxy from other faiths, whether it was Protestant, whether it was Mormon, atheists, so on and so forth, give their testimony as to why they converted to Orthodoxy or are inquiring or a catechumen, so on and so forth. I'll be editing those together, and I will probably have that out by this next week. That's my goal. So I thank everybody who participated in that, but that should be good. I felt like, we could use a little nice news, a little encouragement. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have on the Pachamama thing. Yeah, absolutely nuts.